Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fahey-Ahrndt, and today I'm going to be demoing you my Leader Standard Workbook in OneNote. I'm going to take you through how to use it on your iPad as well as on your desktop, because I've had a ton of requests for this type of planner organization system that syncs across all of your platforms, whether it's your Apple iPad or just your PC, your personal computer, your MacBook. And also, I know that there are a lot of people out there with tablets that like to take notes using their tablet, but then for their work or their organization, they use Microsoft. And so it's nice to be able to use OneNote on the iPad or a tablet and then hop over to your laptop or your computer and everything is there for you. So let's dive on in. First, I'm going to show you how to use it on your iPad, and I've got the Leader Standard Workbook cover on. I'm going to show you the design of it, and then I'm going to show you how you can add templates to it. So I have it set out by the cover, the thank you and how to use page, the contact page, the performance goals, typical month, ideal weekly plan, month that has a bunch of subpages like our weekly standard work, our weekly plan, our I love list page, our monthly planner review, our monthly reflection, and then I've got list page, a notes page, book of wins, and yearly roadmap. So I know you couldn't see all of those pictures all at once, but I just wanted to show you kind of like the layout. So I have a bunch of sections for you and then pages built out as well. The thing that I love about my Leader Standard Workbook is that to add more pages or to make import this planner into your OneNote, it's not going to be a huge PDF. I do already have a large PDF of this brand new 2024 Leader Standard Workbook that's about 150 pages, but for OneNote's sake, that's just not super functional. So each of these pages is actually a PNG that you can insert into your planner to easily and quickly add pages. So I'm going to show you all the templates, but let me just get to the part where you're like, how is this user-friendly? How can I actually make use of it? So I'm going to show you how to import a page. So right now I've got all of these pages. The cool thing is, as a bonus for this OneNote Planner bundle, I'm going to be including other pages that I wasn't able to include in the PDF or the printed spiral bound version of this planner. The printed version has a limit to the number of pages I could print to keep it cost effective and as cheap as possible so that it's very affordable and accessible. But with digital, I can give you more templates. So let's go ahead and add other templates for you so you can see how to do this. So I'm going to click the plus section button here on my iPad, and I'm going to add it one-on-one meetings because that's what I'm going to add. And I don't think it likes little characters like that. So I'm going to spell out the word one-on-one meetings. And so now I've named my section. You can see that this blue color of the section is a little bit different than the other cyan blue color. So all you got to do if you want to change the color is long press on the section and then hit the little pencil icon. And that's how you rename it section, but you can also hit change section color. So I'm going to change it to this cyan color. You can choose pink, green, whatever color you want. I just really love this blue color. And then I'm going to go over here and rename my page. So I can type here with my keyboard, but I also have my Apple Pencil, so you can choose write and doing write to text, all that stuff. But for our purposes, I'm just typing it in. You want to make sure the draw function is pressed to make sure it's on, and then click anywhere on the page so that your cursor's there. Go over to insert, and then I have all of these files saved as PNGs so that you can just simply add the picture to your background. So you can hit picture, or for this purpose, I actually save these PNGs in my file. So you can also do insert file. And then I have a folder for 2024 Leader Standard Workbook OneNote Bundle. And the first template I have is one-on-one meeting notes. So I'm just going to select that. It'll say it takes some time to prepare the file, but you can see it was really quick for me. And then you can see there's this outline. Essentially what it is the text box showing that, okay, I inserted this picture into this box. And what you want to do is press on the picture, and if you're on your computer, I'll show you how to do this as well, but you just hit right click and then you can click set picture as background. So now when I go to use my Apple Pencil and I go to draw, I can draw right on top of this without anything, make it really easy. Otherwise, I'd be drawing like inside of a text box and it might move. I can also, let's say, put my name. Same having a one-on-one with myself. Hit the lasso and select that and be able to move my text to anywhere on the page without actually moving the picture. So that is actually how you easily add templates to this notebook. So it's super, super functional. I love OneNote because if you pinch the screen or drag or zoom in and out, it's like endless amount of space. So that's just amazing. So when I insert the PNG, I don't worry about resizing it because I know I can always zoom in or out as much as I want, either on my computer or by pinching on the tablet. You could, though, make it as big or as small as you want. So that's how you add it. And it's, like I said, it's super simple. So let's just quickly do another one. I'm going to do, let's see, I think another bonus that I'm including in this would be the goals section. So let's find the goals template. So I'm going to rename this goal setting. And then I'm going to long press, change the color so that, everything looks uniform. And goal, and I might make this goal number 1, and you can add as many of these templates as you want. Make sure I'm in the draw mode, put my cursor down, hit insert. For my purposes, they're in my files. And then let's see, I've named them all. Goal setting. Here's the file, select it, and then hit set picture as background. And now I can draw on it, type on it, whatever I want without it moving. Super easy. So it's very quick and user-friendly, way easier than inserting a huge PDF. I also find it a lot easier than having the OneNote notebook set up for you, and then you have to download it, unzip it, and upload it into your OneDrive. I've made planners like that before, and what I have found is that the pages take a long time to load, and sometimes even after days or hours of syncing the file, it just still never shows up for you. So I just prefer to give you the files in a PNG format, and then you can insert them. That way you can organize your planner any way you want. So let's go over the different components in case you're curious about what my planner has. So here's the cover. It's the Strategic Workbook and Success Planner for creating intentional days, connections, and results. This is really for my work. I use this myself in my healthcare career. If you have a small business or side hustle, you could totally use it for this. But I've more designed it for like more business and corporate, but you can totally use it for your small business. Thank you page includes a little message for me, including motivation and how to use it if you fall off the wagon, what to do, some motivation, and then how to contact me. I'm on social media, Instagram at KFA Consulting, but I'm way more present here on YouTube as well. And I have free tutorials, a couple hundred videos plus by now, and you can always reach me by email if you need something fixed. My goal is to have excellent customer service, so I want to make sure that you know about that. Then I have a contact page, totally unnecessary, but just fun because you want that planner vibe, right? So if I'm going to fill it out, I'm going to pick up my font here. I'm going to select this cool galactic font that I love that OneNote has, and I'm going to put my name. If lost, please return to Kayla. And I'm not going to put my phone number or anything like that, but I don't know. It's just fun. All right. Then the first template is the Performance Goals Overview. This I love. So this is a template that you can use to keep track of the different goals that you have for your career or your business in different categories. So at my workplace, we have a quality and safety goal. We have a customer experience goal. We have a people engagement goal. We have an efficiency goal, and we have a research and education goal. So I could come in here and say, okay, I'm going to have a goal in each category, and then I would write out the goal, maybe use SMART format, some sort of metric to measure it by. And what's great is it just gives you a high-level overview of the various things you're working toward in the year. And then you can use this as a check-in between you and your one-up leader or your boss to say like, okay, here's where I'm at with these goals, or even with yourself. And you can just be really honest and say, okay, I'm green for all of these goals, or I'm green for the first goal, but the second goal I really need to focus more time on. It's just a way to intentionally communicate and stay organized. I also have a typical monthly plan view and a typical or an ideal weekly plan. So I love to look at the ideal plan on my iPad, switching it horizontal, but just for the purpose of me screen recording, I will keep it vertical and zoom out a bit. But what's cool is when you're close up for your ideal weekly plan and when you're close up for your monthly plan, essentially what you want to do is think about, typically, what are the recurring things that I do each month or each week that help me sustain my goals, my business? So I think we often feel like, oh, we're not being proactive, or oh my goodness, we have a lot going on and we're missing deadlines. And then we realize like, actually, we do the same things over and over every month and every week. And the other things like added deadlines are things that we add on top of things we already knew to expect. So for example, I could use this template to document that the first week of the year is my finance week. I'm going to name it my finance week. And I might say, okay, on workday 3, that's when I need to review reports. And workday 5, I need to have them submitted, right? So you get to decide, or can say, okay, on the 3rd Wednesday of every month, I have this meeting. And then you can talk about the same things for your week. What typically happens during your Mondays? What typically happens Tuesdays? And this is great too if you're a working parent where you're like, okay, every Monday my kids have dance class at 4 o'clock, which would be my example, or 5 o'clock, 5:20. I have to pick them up at 4 o'clock. So my evening routine or ritual would look different than maybe my Tuesday one where I can work a little later. So these ideal monthly and weekly plans are great for saying, okay, here's what typically happens. So then when I build my actual week or month, I don't have to remember. I can just reference it. It's kind of like when you're paying your bills. And it's really nice to have just like a monthly calendar of like, okay, every first of the month my mortgage is due. Every 20th of the month my car payment's due. Instead of having to think about it every single time I go to budget, it just is already there. Then I have some monthly templates here, and you could see I have a monthly section and then a month page, plus these sub pages. They have the month page and then the sub weekly Leader Standard Work page and weekly plan. I'll show you on the desktop how these actually could expand and collapse because they're sub pages. On the iPad, it just looks indented. You can't collapse or expand them. They're always going to be there, but they are indented, so you know they're sub pages. So I have the monthly page, and this is all undated. So it's really nice because it allows you to add more PNGs. So like if I wanted to label the month January or February, I could do that, and I could make and insert new monthly sections for each month. So it's super nice, and you don't have to worry like, is this the January template or the February template? So I might come in here and say, okay, this is February, and then I would number it and think about what do I have going on high level. And this is really where you can write in your goals, your focuses, and even think like, okay, it would be so awesome if I were to accomplish XYZ in the month. And then my Leader Standard Work template, I won't go into depth, but I will link other videos on Leader Standard Work. This is essentially a work habit tracker that helps you reflect and know, okay, do I have my days level loaded? Do I need to shift my workload to be able to handle everything? What are the typical daily, weekly, and monthly recurring tasks that I know are coming up within this week? Once you know those and you kind of know how much you've scheduled yourself, you can put those into your weekly plan. This weekly plan has a few extra things that are different than the typical weekly plan. It has a space to write down who you want to thank or recognize. So it actually builds in engagement and gratitude into your day. I find that when I recognize my colleagues or find reasons to say thank you, I feel just more purposeful and connected to my work instead of just like work metrics. The other thing it has is leave happy tasks. So the way that I love to use this is to help myself prioritize what are 1 to 3 things that I want to get done during the day. Because I don't know about you, but I often have what's called a master list. It could have hundreds of items on it, not even joking. When one thing comes on, another thing gets added. One thing gets crossed off, another thing gets added. And so I will keep like a running to-do list. That's my I love lists template. I love this. You could add a bunch of I love list templates in this one OneNote section, or you could add one for each day of the week, or 1 week, once a month. It'd be up to you, totally customizable. So I'll move those tasks over to my leave happy tasks to make it more manageable and a lot less overwhelming. And I'll do that for every day of the week. You can also come up with weekly goals. Sorry about that. Weekly goals, take notes, and set daily intentions. And then the weeks are broken up by these various time blocks: morning, mid, and afternoon routines. That way you don't have to be so rigid and plan hour by hour, but you can if you want to. You have the option. I showed you the I love list template already, and then we also have the month of plan or review document. So if I were to do this for February, I would think about what deadlines are approaching, what might be my focus projects, and what milestones should I anticipate to celebrate. So this is great when I'm planning that monthly calendar. I'm really trying to set myself up for success with goals. And at the end of the month, you can come here and do the review section and talk about what did I accomplish? What did I learn? And what am I most proud of? If you're a high achiever and leader like I like to be, it's easy to just move on and say, okay, got it, accomplished that goal, next one. But really, it's great to take time to review so then you can celebrate with your team. And then the monthly reflection, this goes deeper is a deeper dive if you want to, gives you the option. And really think about like, where did my energy go? What excited me the most? What themes did I notice this month? Did I meet any goals, or maybe I fell short, and why? And really, what's my focus or intention for next month after learning from this month? Then I just have the I love list template here as well. What's really cool is if you want to move this to a different section, you can long press on that section and you can hit this little page with the arrow icon, and you can move this to a different section or even copy and paste into a different section. So this is really helpful. So you don't have to import over and over and over. You can just copy the pages you already have. Here's my notes, ideas, and things page. It's just a cute template for note taking. Again, you could zoom out and add multiple notes pages that one might live over here, or you can add a notes page for every day of the week or once per week. Totally customizable with this, the way that this is organized. The other template is the Book of Wins. And this really shows you you can have a template to really document what things went well this month or this year. Like I said, we can easily sort of just move on. But during performance review season, when we're looking to kind of talk ourselves up, or when we're having a really bad day, or we're wondering like, why did we do this in the first place? It's really nice to refer to a template like this and be like, okay, yeah, actually the small things really add up. So this is in the Cornell style of note taking, which is also how the notes page is set up, which means it has a column here for you to write the topic, and then over here is where you write the details. So for Book of Wins, you might put the date. Maybe you're like, okay, it's the 24th, and you're going to say, thank you note. And this is where you might write like, KFA sent a lovely heartbeat, which is just a card that we send at work. And then you can say about this. It made me smile. It reminded me that I'm doing a good job. Yearly Roadmap is one of my favorite templates in this entire notebook, and I will also link to a short I made on it to show you how to use it, as well as other videos where I demo this roadmap. Okay, so the way that you use this template is you would write the project, say project A and project B, all the way down in this column. And then during the year, I've got the months of the year across the top. You would denote when you're going to work on that. So maybe project A kicks off in January and it's going to go through April and go live there. And then maybe project B, you're going to kick off in April and go later. And so this is a way to work with your team to visually show, okay, what projects do we have? Which ones are our priority? And when are we going to work on these things so as to not overload ourselves? I just absolutely love this project roadmap. It just helps the team stay on board. And each month or each quarter, you can essentially check it out and say, okay, yep, we're meeting our targets for January, for March, and we're on target to meet our April go live date. And once this project's done, you can even mark it done, cross it off, anything that makes you just feel super empowered. And you can denote the owner so that each month at report out, you know who needs to be accountable for sharing the update. And then again, I showed you the one-on-one meetings, the goal setting, and actually let me share with you the other templates. So I'm giving you the goal setting template that I showed you. I'm also going to give you the active project status template, similar to the active or the goal setting template, but it helps you move a project through the different stages like planning, what I'm doing next with it, what I'm doing now, what I'm checking and doing feedback, or what I'm implementing to sustain. And you can really use that to be a communication tool between you and your OneUp leader, or just for yourself to really think things through. I'm also giving you the project Kanban board, which is showing like, okay, I've got these projects that are new and I've got to categorize them. Once you start working on them, you can move them over to the next lanes. Like, okay, so now I'm planning and now I'm doing this project next. And then maybe now you say, okay, now this project is in the doing section. I'm implementing it, or I'm checking for feedback, etc. And I have other videos showing how to use that as well. But if you know or love Kanban boards, you'll love this almost like digital Post-it note Kanban board. I'm also giving you the meeting notes template with the Cornell style meeting notes, as well as the action items. I showed you the one-on-one meeting notes already. I don't know why it's highlighting this, probably because I'm clicking. And also this planner, originally I didn't have it coming with the daily plan, but I know some of you really like to work off a daily schedule with hours, so I wasn't able to include that in the spiral bound version, so it's going in this OneNote Digital Planner version. And then of course, it wouldn't be a Kayla planner without a daily or some sort of reflection. So since you have a daily template, the daily reflections got to go in. And I think those are all of the bonus templates. And I showed you in depth the rest of the templates. If you're still hanging out and you're around here in the video, thank you. You can get this bundle by checking out the description if you like. Otherwise, let me just pop over to my laptop and show you how you can use this on a desktop and not just on the planner. So now we're on my desktop or my laptop. And if this looks a little bit different than your OneNote, don't worry. OneNote is interesting in that there are so many different versions that you might have. So I'm actually in the app or the application on my computer. You can view OneNote in the browser as well. And it just depends on what version you have on your computer, but it will look similar. So this is what it looks like on my laptop right now, and you can see I can click through the various pages and see all of my templates, which is really nice. But you'll remember that we actually wrote on some of these templates and we added additional templates. So what we want to do is click on your notebook, and I like to right click and then hit sync this notebook now. And sometimes this can take a while, especially if you're not like connected to your network, but it shouldn't take too long. You can see I already have my one-on-one meeting notes and goal setting templates here, but you can tell that they're loading and slowly turning that blue color. I must have typed one-on-one keyboard when we were talking, which is so funny. So let's just change that right now. All right, so I can still type with my keyboard, but you can see I've set this picture to background. So I'm not actually moving the picture or the background. When I'm typing, I'm able to click anywhere on the page virtually and type something, and then you can just drag and move the text box to wherever you want. The other thing I wanted to show you was that month. So I had the monthly section with the monthly pages. And you can see here, like I said, it's expanded and now I can collapse it. So this is a functionality that's not available on the tablet, but is really there on the desktop. And you can see my writing that I wrote in here. So everything does transfer. So if you are taking handwritten notes on your iPad and then you come over here and you move over to the desktop, you will see your handwriting, and you can still click on it and delete it. So it's not like it's permanent and on the page, it's still functional in both ways. So if I were to add pages, it would be similar to the iPad. It would be clicking add new section, and then I don't know what I want to title it yet. Let's just insert my cursor here and hit insert, and then you would do you can do from picture, or you could do file, attachment. I'm going to do insert picture from file because that's where my templates are saved. And when I do that, it's going to open a new window. I'm going to go to my downloads, and I have a few pictures there. And I'm going to insert my one-on-one meeting notes template. And that's super quick and easy. And again, you see this box around it. Right click and hit set picture as background. And now that picture is the background. The only difference I've noticed a lot in the PC versus like the tablet is you can see, I set it at background, but you'll still see this box, and you actually just need to highlight it and hit delete, and then it will go away. It's like it leaves the text box where the picture used to be when it was imported, and you just need to get rid of that. So now I can come here and I can name it the same as I would on the iPad. So I feel like this is very functional across platforms, especially if you love pen to paper feel and the functionality and the ease of just carrying an iPad or a tablet around, but you don't want the bulk of having your desktop or your PC with you, or you don't want to transcribe twice, like from your notebook to your OneNote. I really love it. I love that everything syncs really easily. Yeah, to me, it's super functional, especially if you have a mix of Apple products and then your company requires you to use Microsoft. So I hope this video is helpful for you. And if you want to snag the 2024 Leader Standard Workbook OneNote bundle, you can totally do that. Otherwise, I hope this video has just given you ideas for if you want to create your own templates, or if you have PDFs that maybe you want to create PNGs for yourself and import them that way. Just that's so much more functional and super easy to do. And now you know how to do it. All right, everyone, thank you, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Let me know what other OneNote tips you'd like to see in the future. Bye.